Hey everybody, ABC 10 meteorologist Brendan Minchef. We've got one more day of this weather impact alert. It is for Saturday, but we're also going to talk about that weekend forecast because we've got some better news ahead. We've already kind of hit the peak of the heat, and we are going to be trending downward. Let's talk about the peak of the heat, though, because it was hot. 103 degrees in Sacramento, 102 Vacaville on Friday afternoon, 101 in Fairfield, 100 Stockton, 99 in Modesto, 99 Jackson, 97 Placerville, 100 in Auburn, 90 in Truckee, 88 in South Lake Tahoe. Around the region, temperatures above normal, about 10 degrees warmer than normal in Tahoe and Sacramento, about 5 degrees warmer than normal in places like Stockton, Modesto, and Santa Rosa. That 103, though, the hottest we've been so far this year in Sacramento. We've previously hit 102 degrees 5 times, but we finally went above that mark at 103 on Friday afternoon. They say go big or go home, right? If we're hot, might as well have the hottest day of the year to this point. Let's look back at this little stretch of heat, though. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Sacramento 100, 102, and then 103 again, as we talked about, the hottest day of the year. For Stockton, it was 99, 104, and then 100. Modesto, 97, 101, 99, and Vacaville, 100, 104, 102. Notice, for everywhere except Sacramento, for the most part, Thursday was the peak of the heat. And for Stockton, Modesto, and Vacaville, you see the boxes in red, it was a new daily high temperature record, either set or tied that daily high temperature record on Thursday, again, for Stockton, Modesto, and Vacaville. Now, Sacramento's chance to do that was Thursday when the record high was 103 degrees. On Friday, the record was 106. So we weren't near the record on Friday, even though it was the hottest day of the year so far. On Thursday at 102, we missed it by just 1 degree at 103. So I know there's a lot of numbers being thrown around, but just putting that heat into perspective a little bit. No matter how you look at it, it was hot. A lot of new fires had started over the course of these 3 days, and the Picket fire is definitely one that we are watching pretty closely. So this is a look from Lake Berryessa looking west. It's a little hard to see. Sun is setting. We're recording this on Friday evening. So as that sun is going down, hard to see, but that is all smoke. That is the smoke plume from the Picket fire in Napa County. This is looking west into the fire from Lake Berryessa. Here is that perimeter of the fire. There's Calistoga. So the fire is just off to the northeast side of Calistoga and burning to the east. So it started here, and it's been burning off to the east. This is important, and I'm including this because it means smoke for the valley, especially Friday night and again on Saturday night. So you're going to notice by Friday night around 11 o'clock to midnight Friday, that smoke starts pouring into the valley along Interstate 505, Winters, Esparto, and then up along Interstate 5, Williams to Knight's Landing. But even as we go into the overnight hours, places like Yuba City, Williams could get in on the smoke as well, Colusa County, and then places even a little bit further up. A little further up the Sacramento Valley as that smoke continues to billow from the Picket fire. Now, by lunchtime on Saturday, we're still going to have some smoke in the area. Woodland, Davis, even Natomas, West Sacramento, potentially downtown as well, all could see some reduced air quality and smell some smoke from that fire. But like the last few days, as we go into the evening hours, that smoke will once again shift back into the valley. It may miss Esparto and Winters a little bit Saturday evening as we get a little bit stronger of a delta breeze, which will push that air up the valley. So that smoke plume, instead of being kind of due east, may be a little bit more up to the north and east, but still places like Williams and Colusa County, potentially Yuba City, Marysville, going to see some smoke. So the next couple of nights, you probably just want to keep those windows closed overnight, especially since it's been so warm in the mornings. AC on, windows closed. Saturday afternoon, as we start looking at the weather a little bit further ahead, generally a downward trend in temperatures Saturday afternoon. Again, it was into the hundreds on Friday as 103 in Sacramento, hottest day of the year so far. But by Saturday, we are looking at some more upper 90s as opposed to triple digits. It's not cool, but every little bit helps, right? just again generally downward. 98 Sacramento on Saturday, 99 Stockton, 102 Modesto, mid to upper 90s in the foothills, some 70s and 80s in the high country. That's thanks to some thunderstorm chances. So heat advisory continues until 11 o'clock on Saturday across the valley and into the Bay Area. Warm morning and another hot afternoon is coming. But again, we are entering a cooling trend. 98 Saturday, weather impact alert, 6 degrees warmer than normal. 96 degrees on Sunday, that's 4 degrees warmer than normal. Temperatures continue to drop just a little bit Monday and Tuesday. Our average high goes from 92 to 91 starting on Monday. So 4 degrees warmer than normal Monday, 3 degrees warmer than normal on Tuesday, but we are back near seasonal by midweek. 90 degrees my forecast high on Wednesday, and that's actually 1 degree cooler than normal. This is because high pressure is starting to lift back to the east. It's been sitting right overhead, bringing us those really warm temperatures, but as it scoots to the east, those temperatures will drop. It's also going to push a monsoonal moisture plume into northern California, and this is really going to affect the high country and especially the eastern slope. You see the shower and thunderstorm chances there on Sunday, but then they're there Monday, they're there Tuesday and Wednesday and into Thursday as well. So this is going to be several days in a row with daily thunderstorm chances, especially starting on Sunday. These will be a lot more widespread. So that is going to mean some higher fire danger due to lightning strikes. Of course, lightning can strike, start a new fire, and those gusty thunderstorm winds can push that fire around. Here's the good news, though. Despite the fact that there is some higher fire danger through the weekend and the start of this coming week, not all these thunderstorms are going to be dry. There should be some fairly decent rainfall out of most of these storms. As we look at model rainfall totals through Thursday, we're talking about half an inch of rain to almost an inch of rain for the Sierra Crest into the eastern slope. We could see some lighter showers, some weaker thunderstorms trying to make their way into the foothills as we head into kind of the evenings, right? So they'll pop up each afternoon over the high country and then maybe try to drift off into the foothills. That's why we're seeing some model rainfall totals here of about 1/10 of an inch for places like Forest Hill, Placerville, and Jackson. But honestly, most of the activity is going to be right along the crest and then into the eastern slope into the state of Nevada. So I wouldn't get too hopeful if you're in the foothills, especially the lower foothills. But there is a chance that we could have those showers and thunderstorms drift off. This is the European model. I think this is a lot more realistic in terms of what we're going to see. But notice the numbers for the high country, very similar. Half an inch to an inch of rain for the Sierra Crest, for Tahoe, and then off under the eastern slope. So this is going to bring some rain with these thunderstorms. That's why I don't want to say I'm not concerned, because anytime we get lightning, you got to be aware and be ready for new fire starts. But certainly with the models indicating the rainfall with these storms, that does provide some hope, right? That rain will outweigh the lightning that comes with the storms. But as we look to the final few days of August and the start of September, can you believe it's almost September? Very likely cooler across much of the eastern part of the U.S. Still hanging on to some of that heat, though. Likely warmer than normal across northern California into the Pacific Northwest. But here's the really good news about all that. We're looking at likely wetter conditions as well, into very likely wetter conditions for northern Nevada and the Pacific Northwest. Notice that covers the likely wetter, those green contours, covers the far northern part of the state and the Sierra Crest into the eastern slope. That's that monsoonal moisture that's coming in. Those are those thunderstorms that we saw. We'll take the rain. At this point in the year, absolutely. We will take any sort of rain we can get as long as it outweighs the lightning threat. I think generally it will for this coming week. So as we look at the regional 5-day forecast, weather impact alert continues on Saturday for the foothills because of the very warm mornings in the mid to upper 70s and the hot afternoons in the mid to upper 90s. By Sunday, temperatures again just a little bit lower again Monday and Tuesday. Then we're back near seasonal by the middle part of this coming week. Also notice I do have a thunderstorm icon on Monday for the foothills. If there's going to be some showers and thunderstorms as of Friday evening's data, I think Monday is going to be the better chance. But notice Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday for the Sierra, daily thunderstorm chances. So if you're headed to the high country this weekend or the first half of next week, be aware for these thunderstorm chances and be ready for some rapidly changing weather conditions. Weather impact alert continues for the valley on Saturday as well. Warm mornings and hot afternoons, upper 90s to low hundreds. Sunday, a lot more mid to upper 90s, even fewer triple-digit temperatures. Monday's pretty similar to Sunday. Tuesday's pretty similar to Monday and Sunday as well. But by the time we get to the middle part of this week, Wednesday and Thursday, we're back near seasonal in terms of morning temperatures, near 60 degrees, and we're near 90 degrees in the afternoon. So we're near seasonal in the morning, near seasonal in the afternoons. There's a little bit of model disagreement as we start looking at days 8, 9, 10. But generally, it does look cooler. I'm tracking some 80s as we go out to the far extended part of this forecast and some clouds potentially as well. So no big heat up coming over the next 10 days. We've already seen the peak of the heat. It is a generally downward trend over the course of the next 10 days. And we'll take that. We haven't had a ton of triple-digit days. We've had some hot days. We're coming off of some pretty hot days, but no more triple digits over the next 10 days are expected. Be sure to download the ABC 10 Plus streaming app. You can find it wherever you stream. We've got a weather playlist there with extended forecasts like this one. We've got weather explainers. We also have some weather, water, fire, and climate specials. You can find all those on the weather playlist on the ABC 10 Plus streaming app. Thanks for watching.